Hi, welcome to Spicy Conspiracies. I'm Mike. I'm the Dragon of the East. Today we have Phil and Tyler with us today. We're going to be experimenting with some peppers, some of the world's hottest peppers to date. This week's episode is going to be talking about Prohibition poisoning, whether or not people know it to be true. It actually ended up being a true instance in our US history. While we're talking about it, we're going to be eating some of the world's hottest peppers. On this plate, for all three of us, we have the habanero pepper, the ghost chili pepper, and the Carolina Reaper pepper. I'm the flavor captain!
That cheese ball is fucking hot.
I'm gonna get up and get out soon.
You want a bucket? You guys want to go ahead and dive in? Take our first bite?
Oh, God.
Now remember, the rule is when at a chili eating competition, you have to eat the whole pepper minus the stem. There are consequences if you don't.
There's your answer.
All right, boys, I'm gonna put on some gloves. I don't want to accidentally touch my eye later. That might not end so well. I mean, you guys might enjoy it. I won't. There's no way that's happening. It's gonna go right for it, Phil.
Hey.
I have a standard to live up to.
The gloves so tight.
Yeah, I'm just gonna eat the whole thing.
Oh, he just. Oh. Mm. Oh, he did. He did. He did do that.
It's not bad. Oh, it's bad. The seeds make it bad. So, did you guys know that it has been proven the government actually poisoned people during the Prohibition era?
Yep. This is not good.
I'm still chewing.
Because I can talk, I will take this one. No, I did not know that. Thank you for informing me.
Back in the day, one of the ways they were able to do it is because there were so many bootleggers. They would change the type of alcohol to what they would call an industrial menthol, which is a type of wood grain alcohol.
This is really bad, though.
That was such a large pepper. For example, one of the ways that they were able to do it, again, they changed how the alcohol was made. And one of the ways that it affected people, on New Year's Day in 1927, 41 people died because they had a much more concentrated poison. They didn't know they were consuming it.
This is awful. Oh, okay, I'm good.
Mike, enlighten me. I don't know anything about this.
You want me to do it?
I got that.
Okay, Prohibition poisoning. So what they did, everybody knows about Prohibition, but obviously people wanted to get their drink on still. So they started, even though they weren't able to use like traditional alcohol, they would take industrial alcohols, like different methanols and all that kind of stuff, and they would convert it, kind of.
To make it drinkable.
To make it drinkable, which is highly dangerous, but
Because the stills that they were using were leaking poisons into the alcohol.
Okay.
Oh my God, guys, that was just the habanero.
that's what I'm saying, dude. This is gonna be really bad.
The crazy thing about the stills is seeing how they might have been using bad pipes back in the day. You don't know what kind of poison they were actually getting. Because whether or not it could have been like a copper base or an aluminum base, steel base. Can you think about how poison reacts to the organs? Tyler, you're a nurse. I mean, have you ever seen cases of metal poisoning before?
Once or twice. It's not like a very common thing that you see anymore.
I know, but back in the day, for a doctor to identify it, they would probably have to know what type of pipe it came
Well, yeah.
from.
So, did you read about like the big instance of like how they found out that this was happening?
In this particular scenario, I don't know what you're talking about.
It was New Year's. I think it was like 1932.
1927, 41 people died in
Yeah.
New York State.
Yeah, Bellevue.
Just trying to celebrate a New Year's party, not knowing what type of pipes are used for all these chemicals. tons of people across the state died. And that particular hospital, Bellevue, over 41 died.
Yeah, and they had like, I think I had read about that incident, and there was a specific. What tipped him off is they had a guy. He was having hallucinations from the poison.
Is that right?
And he just like killed over.
Did you know you could hallucinate from heat?
Yeah.
Turning up the heat. Gotta get the atmosphere a little more smoky. For level 2, we got a ghost pepper. I don't know where they're native from, but up until recently, they were naturally the world's hottest pepper. My personal belief is I don't trust the Scoville heat unit. I've eaten things at 100,000 range that were much hotter than the million range. So I'm going into this with an open mind that this might not be as bad as I anticipate. But God, this hydrated one just looks so scary.
Dehydrated.
I'm seriously thinking about what you said.
Tyler, if you opt out of this, there are consequences.
I didn't say opt out. I'm thinking about the technique to eat it.
That's the way to do it.
What's that? I gave myself the biggest ones. I'm
As you
the
should.
dragon of the East.
Yeah, they're dragging
The flavor captain, the heat connoisseur, the mission agent heat.
I can put my glasses back on now. For 5 seconds.
Mine, it's so full. Well, boys, I'll see you.
I don't really want this.
I'll see you at hell.
Oh, it's so crunchy.
That's how I know. What's it like to chew that?
Real crunchy.
Oh, dude, I knew it was gonna happen.
Get this boy trash.
That's what I think is gonna happen to me, and I don't want to do that. Yep. Oh, that's gonna hurt so bad. That's gonna hurt so bad coming up.
All right, guys. So the second one's pretty intense. I'd do it again. We got, for this challenge, we got dried peppers. There was like a thing that was like encourage you to like put them in water and like reinflate them back normal. Yeah, rehydrate. But I was like, nah, I don't want that. So I just went for it, and my gag reflex kicked in, and I literally felt Satan come up through my throat and grab my UV lens and start pulling. Yeah, no, it was punching bag was. He's an MMA fighter for sure. That's Satan. Anyway, so for round 2, let's keep going. And as you guys take a bite, we'll keep going.
Ooh, no, I don't like the way that.
I went through a culinary ride of flavor and texture during that.
Might be stuck in my throat.
You're all right. You're all right. So, along with Bellevue, there is an estimate of over 10,000 people that have been killed because of this Prohibition era, which is crazy to think about.
What's the time frame for that?
Prohibition was
I
roughly.
mean, like, is this that time frame you said about them dying? Is that in that era?
Yeah,
Just that era.
Just that era alone, there was an estimated 10,000 people that died from alcohol poisoning based on our U.S. government. The crazy thing about that is the 18th Amendment was passed in the early 20s. They didn't end Prohibition until 1933. So, I mean, the estimates could be a lot higher. Along with that, it is widely regarded as a mistake of greed, because the whole reason Prohibition really even started in the first place was based on the taxation of alcohol sales at the time. Our own government didn't know how to tax alcohol, and because of that, they were trying to get people to stop drinking until they could figure it out. But because they were mad that people kept drinking the entire time, they decided to poison people and kill them. In that era, there was a lot of widespread law enforcement raids in cities like Philly, Chicago, New York, that were just trying to take these down. But it kept happening so much because honestly, it's our God-given right to drink. If they can't tell us not to, and our citizens, us, the people, decided the government was wrong, and it took them almost 10 years to figure it out.
I feel
All right, guys.
not good in the stomach.
We've been tested by the government, we've been tested by our mouths, but we're at the final end of this. And this is the notorious Carolina Reaper at 2.2 million Scovilles, made by some weird guy in North Carolina who I madly appreciate. It's ready to turn up the heat.
Not yet.
I think we should do a cheers on this one, boys.
Jesus Christ.
At the ready.
I'm really not.
Well,
So you know.
Clink, clink.
on the other side, folks.
Eat the whole thing?
So, guys, would you guys, if you were
take a
alive
big
back in
bite,
the day
dude.
during Prohibition and you knew this was going on, would you guys have kept drinking? If you would have known, would you guys have done it?
Oh no.
If you know?
Oh God.
I was gonna say spray me.
I had to scratch my nose.
Didn't help.
Ah, I'm finding flavor bits in my mouth. It's so bad, guys.
Many Tic Tacs later.
That was the most intense heat challenge I've ever done in my life.
In through your mouth, out through your nose.
The Carolina Reaper lives up to its name. And there's a reason it's the hottest on the Scoville. The actual peppers. I don't think I'll ever be doing that again. Well, boys, thanks for coming to the show. Spicy Conspiracies lives up to my name. Oh my God, my body is shaking. And we'll see you next time. Until then.
I didn't give them the peppers.
Oh, by the way, here's a golden pepper for, aren't they pretty?
Hell yeah, bitch.
For being here.
You edible?
No. Until then, guys, stay spicy. My hands are shaking.
My ear. Right here, my ear.